The Christmas Hotel by Jollylove. Norway, Day 3. A knock on the door the next evening made Harry's heart jump, but more because he wished it was Malfoy and not because he was scared of the noise. As he opened it, he found the blonde wizard standing there. "Good evening," Malfoy said smoothly and grinned. "Sadly, tonight I cannot take you out and show you the northern lights, because it's all clouds right now. But there was an ice carving contest today. Did you catch it?" Harry frowned and shook his head. "I wasn't aware that something like this even existed." Malfoy beamed at him. "I could show you." For a second, Harry hesitated before he leaned against his door frame. "Is this a date?" "Would you be opposed to that?" "Let's just assume that I wouldn't be opposed to that." Harry grinned mischievously. Malfoy returned the grin. "Well, then, let's assume this is a date." Harry laughed and grabbed his jacket. "Turning my own words against me. How dare you, Malfoy?" "Darling, if you can't use my first name, then this clearly isn't a date," Malfoy said and winked at him, before leading him through the hotel again. They walked outside and Harry followed the light from Malfoy's wand through the forest. This time they didn't take the snowmobile. Apparently the place with all the ice sculptures was close by. How had Harry missed all of this? Well, he had been playing chess with Daniela and helped out in the kitchen when Matthew had a problem with the cleaning supplies. Before long, they walked into a clearing that was lit up by a few lanterns. The ice sculptures stood around proudly and absolutely beautiful. There were a few bears, a swan, even an elephant with a rider. Harry marveled at the phoenix seemingly in mid-flight, and a roaring lion frozen in ice stood close by. "This is beautiful," he whispered and walked to a Chinese dragon. He passed a statue of a cat hanging from a bird feeder with an ice bird on top of it and gaped at the fight scene between two adored stags. Malfoy humped next to him and chuckled. "It's one of my favorite things to watch." Harry looked over his shoulder at his former bully. "Did you ever consider doing this yourself?" "Yeah, but I don't have the talent to do so," he smirked. "I tried to make an elephant and accidentally cut off the trunk when I walked past too fast." Sniggering, Harry turned back to the standing elephant. He could almost see it. "That will probably happen with me as well." Malfoy shook his head. "I don't think so. You'd probably excel in all of this. Nobody could touch your art when you're finished." It made Harry laugh that Malfoy thought so highly of him. They passed another few ice sculptures, where a picnic seemed to have been placed. Harry stopped and looked at a Slytherin curiously. "So, is this a date?" The other man smirked lightly. "Maybe." Harry raised his eyebrows. "If I tell you that I have nothing against dating you, and that I might consider using your first name, is it a date then?" Malfoy laughed. "I would need to see proof before I answer that." "Okay, Draco. How's that for proof?" "I like it. It's definitely a date. If you'd want that, that is." Harry smirked. "I can't possibly imagine going out with you." Draco shoved him lightly and walked towards the picnic, taking out chocolate-covered fruit and hot punch. "Oh, you should have brought that out much sooner, Draco. Would have definitely been a date if I'd known you had chocolate and punch here." Draco chuckled. "Yes, I'm buying my way into your life with chocolate-covered fruit and punch." "You found just the thing." Harry agreed and sat down to eat the picnic while he continued marveling at the statues. "Also, I've got to admit, you have amazing taste for dates."